So, what would you say your biggest challenge is when it comes to trading in the foreign exchange market? If you're like most people, then there's one of a couple things, right? First being, you just have really got to nail down this when to get in and when to get out part, right? You're either getting in too late and it reverses on you, or you're getting in too early and you're sitting in the trade forever. It never seems to take off. You got to really get this entry and exit thing down pat, right? Or the other option really is that you're really just kind of tired of taking signals forever all the time, not knowing really when a good signal is there, when it's not such a good signal. You want to read the charts for yourself. You want to actually be able to trade on your own. If that's you, then you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to share with you my 3 steps to winning more Forex trades and really putting yourself in a position to catch 50 or more pips every single time you decide, you heard me, you decide that you want to trade. My name is Tracy Walker. I am a Forex trader and I am a super busy single mom of a 4-year-old little boy. And I want to share with you today on these 3 things that have helped me to evolve during my foreign exchange trading journey and help me really be able to be one that can see my own setups, where I can actually get in when I want to. I know what rules I'm going to follow. I know exactly when to get in and get out. And I want to share with you how you can do those things and apply it in your trading such that you can win more trades, be more successful, and ultimately replace whatever income it is that you have that you may be looking to replace, or just really just build the life that you want because you finally have a skill that will allow you to do whatever you want whenever you want. All right. So let's just kind of jump right into it. You can see these are my 3 things right here. And I'm going to talk about each of these in a little detail. And if you want to take notes, feel free, go ahead and do that. And I'm going to break some things down for you really crystal clear. And once this is over, I'm almost positive that you're going to have it. You're going to be enlightened and you're going to be able to at least attack this thing from a totally different mindset. And that's what it really takes, having a different mindset, a shift. All right. So the very first thing is you want to trade like the bank. Now, maybe you've heard that before, but I really want you to think about this for a second. This is, the foreign exchange market is, 5.357 million, $1 trillion a day, right? 5 point something trillion dollars every single day that's shuffling across the globe in this particular market. And I'm sure that you've also heard the phrase, follow the money. Right? Follow the money. In other words, follow the yellow brick road. Okay. So there's no better way to actually start trading and just be able to see what's going on than to just follow the money. So who has the money? Right? Who has the money in the foreign exchange market? It's not people like me and you, the retail traders. It's the big banks. It's the institutions, it's the hedge funds, it's the governments, it's the big boys and girls that actually have the ability to make a decision and say, hey, listen, we're getting ready to buy up something serious. And that decision caused the whole entire market to shift to the upside. Or vice versa, they could say, hey, listen, it's time we sell some stuff off here, right? And they could make a decision to sell and shift the whole entire market downward, all right? So what you want to do is you want to position yourself to just wait. Here's the key word, wait. You want to wait until the bank makes their move, and then you're going to follow the money. Okay, now that's the concept. If you can understand that concept, I really want you to go ahead and type a 1 in the comment section. If you understand that concept, that you want to just follow the yellow brick road. Okay, now the next question then becomes, okay, well, Tracy, I get that I'm supposed to wait and follow the banks, follow the money, wait until they give the signal ultimately, but how do I identify that? How do I know when the bank is actually getting ready to make a move? Glad you asked. Let me illustrate this for you briefly here. And then what I'm going to do a little bit later is I'm going to go into the computer and I'm going to show you what it looks like in the real market. Okay. But I want to paint the picture for you here on the whiteboard. Okay. Something about the whiteboard. I just love this whiteboard. Okay. So here's the deal. you've got a candle that looks like this, right? And then you've got a candle that looks like this, okay? And for the sake of it, let me go ahead and make these candles two different colors. In fact, let me just redraw this one. Okay, I'm going to redraw this one anyway and just make it a totally different color because I want it to really be as close to accurate as possible for you, okay? So you've got this candle here, right? And you might have other candles that are over here doing some things like this, right? Whatever, all right? My point is you just got different stuff going on, all right? And so what happens is that these are your bear candles, right? So the market is pushing down inside of these candles, all right? The blue ones in this example are going to be your bull candles, right? They're moving up. They're pushing the market up. So what happens is that when you see a pattern like this, okay? When you see a pattern like this, where you've got these two candles right here, you've got this one pushing, they got a bear candle, and then you got a big bullish candle that's engulfing this bear candle, this is your signal. This is one of your signals that, hey, it's time to make a move. Now, especially if you see this type of pattern down at the bottom of your chart where price has gotten really, really low. So let's say that you're looking at a chart and you can see that, you know, somewhere in the past, price has gotten really, really low. It's kind of like bottomed out for a while, right? It's the low point of your chart. And then coming up out of that low area, you see this bullish engulfing candle pattern. That is your clue that it's time to get ready. I didn't say buy. I said it's time to get ready, okay? We're going to get ready to buy. So what happens at this point? Well, this is your signal. That's all this is. So if you are taking signals from other people and you're not knowing if it's working or you're just kind of guessing, this is how you find your own signal. You wait for that pattern to happen, okay? When it's at the lower end of your chart. When that happens, now what you're going to do is usually this is going to be sitting somewhere along a support resistance line, right? It's going to be sitting somewhere along a support resistance area, right? Like this. Okay? And what's going to happen is that once this candle closes above this zone right here, you're going to be pretty much ready to go, right? So now what's going to happen is a multitude of things could actually take place here. Price could go up. It could keep going up here. Price could come down a little bit. It could go up a little bit, right? It could do whatever it wants to do. But ultimately, this area right here is our secret sauce zone, I'm going to say, right? This is our secret sauce zone, all right? Now, what happens when this candle closes above here, what we know is that we don't want to get in this trade at all until price comes back down to this support level. Guys, you got to understand what I'm saying. Everybody else is chasing the trade at this point. They see this big candle and they start chasing, and they're entering buy positions up at the top. But weren't you taught that you're supposed to buy low and sell high, right? You're supposed to buy low and sell high. But if you're chasing the trade here, are you buying low? No, you're not. Low is down here. You're buying high. So you're already going against the natural rule of everything you know about investing, right? Which is to buy low and to sell high. So you're not going to buy here. Wait, let me explain to you in detail why you don't want to buy right there, okay? In fact, most people don't buy right there anyway. And this is why we're not going to trade like that anymore after today, okay? So here's what, let me draw this out one quick more time for you, remind you, right? So you've got your bear candle here, right? And then you've got your bullish engulfing candle, okay? And so what happens is we're going to remember, right? It's on our support resistance zones. And this is your zone right there, okay? So you've got this thing going on. Well, what happens is that most people still aren't sure right there. So what happens? Another candle forms and it goes up like this, right? And you're like, well, should I buy? Should I not buy? Should I buy? Should I not buy? I know if one more candle goes up, I'm going to buy, right? So then what happens? Another candle comes down, goes up, and you're like, okay, that's it. Price is definitely going up. So what do? You buy at the top, right? That's a higher price. We'd all agree, right? Than a lower price. So you're going to buy at the top because you're scared you're going to miss the move. But what happens when you do that? Well, something weird happens where as soon as you buy, price turns around and does like this on you, doesn't it? And then it does like this on you, right? It comes up and then it does like this on you, right? And then before you know it, it's doing consolidation on you, right? So now it's come down here, it's going back up, right? It's doing all kind of crazy things, and it's staying under your buy position. So if you've got two standards on this thing, and now it's down below, and now it's consolidating, you're ready to strangle somebody, right? So now you're held in this trade, you're negative, and then you're watching your phone like this all day. All day, all day. You're driving with your phone like this. Your kids are hollering and screaming in the background, and you got your phone like this. You can't do anything productive because you've got your phone like this, hoping and praying that what? That price turns around and goes back up. But you know what it really is going to do? It's going to work itself all the way back down to our zone, right? And before you know it, price is going to be back down here, right? Which is exactly where I said you want to be anyway. Does that make sense? So now that I've broken down why you don't want to buy there, I'm going to get back to the rest of the tutorial. So the bank makes a move, they close above the zone with the bullish engulfing, and we're going to wait until it comes back down to the zone. It comes back down to the zone, and then what are we going to do? We're going to buy low, okay? We're going to buy down here. We're going to buy down here, right? So if price goes all the way up to the moon, what do you care? Because you also know what goes up must come down, don't you? What do you care? Just know that when it comes back down to you, you're going to be sitting there with your hands out like, come to mama, right? Or come to papa. You're going to allow the market to come to you versus you chasing it all around the yard, right? And giving you, you're winded and you're out of breath and you need to sit down and take a rest. When you could already be sitting, you could already be reading or sipping that Mai Tai, just waiting. Patience is the name of the game, right? So the price comes back down here, right? What are you going to do? You're going to buy at this level, and then you're going to ride the market up, okay? So that is essentially how you are going to identify how to trade like the bank and with the bank ultimately, right? When the bank does this, that's when you're going to get in. Now, naturally, the same thing happens on the reverse. If you are at the top of your market, at the top of your chart, what we're looking for now is the inverse relationship. So now we're going to have a bull candle go up. Let me just draw it up for you really fast, okay? This is a supply, right? This is your demand, right? You're going to buy at the demand, right? And you're going to sell at the supply, okay? So what happens is that if this is the case, then what you're going to have now is you're going to have a bull candle going up, right? But we want a bearish engulfing. So now what we're going to have is a candle pattern like this, right? We're going to have a candle pattern like this, where now we've got a big bear candle, which has now become our signal that we're going to do what? we're going to wait until the market, it can drop down all it wants, but we're going to wait until it comes back up to us here at this area here, right? And when it comes here, this is where we're going to sell, okay? So that is the process overall of how you're going to trade like and with the banks, okay? Now, if that made sense to you, type in the comments, I got it. I got it, right? I know, I got it. If you've been trading Forex, you've got that, okay? So now that is the very first thing that I wanted to share with you. That right there changed everything for me in my trading, all right? Now, what's number two? Number two is, it says focus. A lot of people out on social media that you may be following or studying or watching on YouTube or whatever, I don't know. A lot of people do the flash now, okay? And they show you all the results. I don't know whether they're all real or not. It doesn't matter to me whether they are. It's a lifestyle that Forex can provide. We all know that. But the bottom line is that whether they're sharing this with you or not, the truth is that you have got to focus. Now, what does focus really mean, right? Focus really is for you to follow, okay, one course until successful, okay? That's really what focus really means. So how does that apply to trading Forex? Well, I just shared with you a strategy that has changed everything for me. I just shared it with you, right? In less than 15 minutes, I shared it with you. But you know, most people will start that strategy. They'll have a little bit of success with it. They'll see it. And then immediately when somebody else shares a new, quicker, faster indicator, this, that, shotgun, you don't have to think. All you got to do is this type of scenario or strategy. Once that's presented, what do you think most people do? Well, they abandon the thing that they've been working on because it looks like the grass is greener on the other side. And what I want you to know is that anytime someone presents to you a particular strategy or a way to do something, the reason it's greener on that side is because they've taken the time to nurture that strategy. They've taken the time to perfect that strategy. They have put their blinders on in such a way that that particular strategy has allowed them to get major results that they're sharing it with you. But if you can't do what they do, which is follow the one course until it's successful, and you're jumping because it looks better, well, that's really the demise of most traders. It's not that the strategy is the problem. The true issue with most Forex traders is that they have no discipline. You're all over the place, and you've just got to settle down just a bit, and you've got to follow one course until successful. Okay. Now, the number three thing that I want to share with you is what I call the magic mantra. Okay. The magic mantra. Now, the magic mantra is very important because in the strategy that I share with you, kind of, trading like the banks, that strategy requires that you wait for something to happen. Almost every strategy does, but this strategy requires that you wait for something to happen. Now remember, when I drew that thing out, I said to you that the candle's gonna close above that zone, and then you're gonna wait until the price came back down to that support zone, that support area, right? Well, what is that called? Well, we are going to wait, okay? So essentially, here's the deal. If there's no retest to the zone, there's no entry in the trade, okay? That is the magic mantra, and you've got to follow your own rule. No retest, no entry. So when the candle, where's my candle? My marker. So when the candle comes up like this, right? And when the candle comes up like this, right, and it closes above this line, which is what this is, right? It closed above here, right? It broke this level and it closed above that level. When it did that, we have to wait. We have to wait until it what? Until it retests this area. And if it doesn't retest this area, guess what? We don't get in the trade. Now, that is simple. That is simple. Some people would want you to believe that trading Forex has to be hard and that you've got to take 100 years to figure it out and that it's going to take you millions of dollars that you have to lose. And I'm not saying that people haven't done that, and I'm not saying that you might not do that. What I am saying is that you can minimize your time, you can shorten your learning curve, and you can reduce significantly the amount of money that you lose if you would only follow the rules of the game. You get impatient, you're chasing, and you don't want to do that. You want to wait for the break, and then you want to wait for the retest. Without a retest, there is no entry. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take you over to the computer really quickly. I want to show you exactly how it looks in the real market. See, we're looking at the live chart here. This is just Euro USD, and we're at the bottom of the market. So when the bank makes its move, it looks like this big bullish engulfing candle. All right, bullish engulfing candle. In fact, let me put the highlighter there so you can see these are the two candles we're talking about. So the banks, boom, at the bottom of the market, a big bullish engulfing candle means that they're getting ready to buy. So what we do is we're going to wait until the market comes back to that zone, and then we're going to buy the market. Had you done that, you would have been in super duper profit all the way to heaven because the market went straight to the top. Well, it's the same thing once the market reaches the top of the market, right? So you're at the top. What are we looking for? Well, now we're expecting the banks to sell. So we're going to look for a big bearish engulfing candle. So you see, I'm going to put the highlighter there. These are the two candles that we're talking about. The bank makes their move. It looks like that. That's our signal. Then we're going to wait for the market to return back to the zone. It did that over here. And then what are we going to do? We're going to sell the market. And what? We would have been in major profit yet again because we are simply waiting for the bank to sell, then we sell, or we're simply waiting for the bank to buy and then we buy. All right, so now that I've shown you on the charts what this looks like, you know, I've made something super available to you for you to actually be able to get access to more detail of how I show people how to do this for themselves and how to apply it inside of their trading strategy. All right. And I've helped a lot of people to start to see this for themselves, be able to understand this for themselves, and really be in a position where now they know that they can trade, and all they have to do is just keep practicing the same thing over and over and over and over. And what I like to do is make that available to you. And so all you'll want to do is go ahead and click on the link right underneath this video. Get yourself plugged in to the material. I put a video, a 6-video course together that is being made available to you, where you can get all the details of this. And I spend several hours and, you know, really breaking down the process, how it works, when to get in, when to get out, even really how to identify our magic mantra and all those wonderful things. And I want you to have access to it because I know you can do this. And I know you can win. So go ahead, click on the link underneath this video, get the details that you need, get plugged into the course, and just in case you want to be certain that this works and it's been working for other people, go ahead, check out what a few other people who have already taken the course had to say about it. And when they're all done telling you how it already works, remember to click that button, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Shahida Akbar, and I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, prior to attending the MBA Live Trading Workshop, my charts used to be so cluttered. I had every indicator you could imagine on that chart, so much so that I had a difficult time sometimes even seeing price. But as a result of attending the MBA Live Trading Workshop, I learned how to clear all those indicators away and trade naked. I learned how to identify supply and demand. I learned how to draw in the support and resistance and trend lines. I learned what candles to look for. I learned that and so much more. And as a result of that, now I'm able to better pinpoint precision entry prices and exit prices.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Lelak from Canton, Georgia. And prior to attending the MBA workshop this past weekend, I was struggling to even mark up my charts. I was trying to do it on just a 1 hour time frame. And not only that, I was struggling so hard to even find out or figure out what to do once I got my charts marked up. So prior to that, I was just trying to do the work and kind of missing out. And thanks to the workshop this weekend, I am now able to take and look at my charts from a 30,000 feet overview, which is actually the daily time frame, break it on down until I get all of my lines drawn and I know where the market's headed.
Hey everybody, my name is Lamar Foster and I live in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. And prior to attending Tracy's MBA workshop, I had a problem or a challenge with my precise entry points. I was experiencing a lot of drawdown and just, sometimes missing the trade because I would have my buy limits and stop limits in at the wrong place. So I was having troubles, I was having issues with my success. But after attending Tracy's workshop, she broke everything down in a simple way. It was easy for me to understand and grasp. So now I can measure my retracements and also adhere to the mantra, no retest, no entry. Very important. So now my entries are more precise. I'm experiencing little or no drawdown and my trading has gone to the roof. You know what I mean? And I owe that to Tracy's MBA workshop.
Hey, my name is Sharon Latrice and I currently reside in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. And prior to attending the MBA live trading workshop, I was having some issues with confirmation of entry points. But as a result of working through and attending the workshop, now I am confident in the entry points I choose. So if you're ready to receive confirmation on entry points, then I highly recommend to watch the MBA live replay. Better yet, get to a live workshop right away. All right? Don't miss out.